Do you want to know how to make a pro gaming desk that will give you +4 to dexterity? Definitely, there is a need for somebody's work, but the final effect is amazing. Our desk has lots of benefits. On the outer side of desk you can use DVD, you can easily mount HDD, change the fan speed, use pen drives, SD cards from cameras, and all of that is possible without a need to open your desk. What is the best way to make a tabletop? Well, we chose the windowsill. We don't have a cat in our movie, but we found the chicken on the way back home that we used for dinner. The windowsills were too narrow, so we had to connect them together to make a solid desktop. And that's what the future desk looked like after making a lamella. After making the holes, we checked if the lamellas fit inside of them. After that, we connected windowsills to see if they fit each other. Well, somebody of course had to fill all these holes. Because we didn't have a proper equipment to connect desktops, we had to invent something. So for joining glued surfaces, we had to use bars that tightened them together. Afterwards, we wanted to make the bottom side of the desk, but before that we had to think about ergonomic aspects. You know, the guy sitting in front of the desk should be able to, without any problems, insert the chair, including his legs. In addition to this, he should be able to place his wrist on the desk, so he wouldn't have in future any health problems with them. So after measuring everything, we started to cut the space for legs. So it's time to cut the side of the desk, where the PC is gonna be put. Pokażmy to na tym, że to pasuje. It's time for another side of the desk. In order to make this side of desk wall invisible, we decided to insert it to the inner side. Afterwards, we made an invisible connection of planks. Because of that, our desk will look better. Of course, in the work field, we have to remember about keeping the workspace clean. To the back of the desk, we decided to use long screws, because nobody looks at the back of the desk anyway, and we made the construction of the desk more solid. My friend told me to hold as hard as I can. So I followed his command with all my heart, using all the strength that I had within my finger. To stabilize the whole construction, we used the clamps and then we connected everything. And again, we used the invisible connections, so when we look at our awesome desk in future, we wouldn't be able to see the visible screws. And then we made again a few more holes. Believe me, he wanted to make more of them because he really likes the solid work. We connected all of the parts into one whole thing. After that, we decided to create shelves. At first we wanted to cut off that symbol, but, well, believe me, we got terrified of that idea. So we just made the shelves out of these desks. We made the holes for screwing the shelves. After that, we checked different ways of inserting the fans inside our desk. We decided to choose the left side. And now it's time to arrange the order of our assemblies on desk. So the regulator fans, this packet, DVD room and USB entrance. After that, we outlined the template for the glass. And we made a hole, but because of my necessary help, there was unfortunately no operator that could film that. The glass needed to be put on something, so we had to make a border for it. In order to make the glass fit inside the desk, we had to make a template. We ordered the glass stop from the glazier and we put it in the worthy place. After that, the desk started to look amazing. We decided to check the arrangement for computer assemblies like, for example, motherboard and other elements before drilling the holes. We drilled the holes for the motherboard. As usual, work tools are lost, like for example pencils. Fortunately, there is always a way to solve the problem, like for example, borrowing from your girlfriend the lipsticks. And that's how we created the hole for the cables. And then we bought the paint samples to choose the proper color for our desk. After painting the desk and putting assemblies inside, finally we placed the desk in our home. Thank you for watching and I hope that you have enjoyed our video.